Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Joy to the World. And I was mistaken. This is not the last Lifetime movie that we're going to watch. This is actually not even a Lifetime movie. No, it's from 2025. It's brand new. It is an hour and 27 minutes long, and probably because it wasn't a Lifetime movie, it was not part of the culling. I had planned every single day of December to be a Christmas-related movie, short, documentary, music performance, whatever. Suddenly, nearly all of them were taken away. Sure, I watched a bunch of them at the beginning of the month, and now all those Lifetime movies are now only available if you have a Hulu subscription, either separately or bundled together with Disney Plus. So I couldn't watch. I don't have Hulu currently. I had it for a long time, and I may get it again at some point. But at this point, I kind of wanted to really whittle down everything to just, as I'm coming to the end of my series in the next year, I wanted to make sure that there was no weird crossover between Hulu and Disney content. It's nothing against Hulu. It's just I want to do everything from Disney Plus, as I've been doing for the last 6+ years. So anyway, Joy to the World. Obviously, it's a holiday reference, a Christmas reference. It is completely not related to any kind of religious joy to the world kind of thing. Jesus does get a name drop in it, though. So what we do have here is, yes, another very holiday movie, the kind of thing that would probably show up in the Hallmark Channel or Lifetime Network or whatever other channels run these marathons of holiday movies. In this case, Disney Plus. And I'm not sure exactly where this came from. I think it was made in Canada, but it's meant to represent New York City. Either way, it focuses on a young woman named... I don't know why I didn't realize this, but her name's Joy. Joy to the world is Emmanuel Chakir... Oh, man... Don't make me try to pronounce... I'm going to mess it up. I'm sorry. Emmanuel. Triqui? Triqui? Chriqui? My mouth doesn't do that properly. Chiriqui. I could be wrong. Well, anyway, Joy is kind of an influencer, celebrity. She's written children's family books, basically talking about family life, home life, cooking, and working together as a family to create just the perfect environment. And she's been brought on as a guest host for the week on a special cooking show that is on the Cooking Network, some cooking network that doesn't really exist, but even though we have many in this real world. In this world, there's a cooking channel that she's been hired to guest host in order to maybe bring up her book sales. She's not really into it. She doesn't really necessarily want to write any more books. And she's a little nervous about being on television. And it sounds like when we first meet her, she's a total dud. Like, she's just not... She might be above all of this. You know, she's not really... It doesn't seem to be that great a person. She's just doing it because she has to. And she's miserable. Well, there's a reason for that. There's a lot of reasons for it. And it turns out she's none of those things. She's just living a double life. And I'm going to give you the major hook of this, because it makes sense. I'm not going to try to not give you too many spoilers, especially for the story, but you can, once I tell you what the hook is, you will know where it's headed. The great thing about this is not the standard structure of nearly every other holiday Christmas movie, romance movie. Yeah, there's a humongous romance that floats through the middle of this, but it is not I gotta go from this place to this place, bump into somebody, spill coffee on each other, be angry at each other, or reconnect after many years, or whatever it is, suddenly fall in love with the last person you ever expected or wanted to fall in love with. And that's the end of the movie. After various people telling you that you're just beautiful and you should have somebody in your life. And there might be magic, there might be just strange circumstances, you might be forced to work together towards a common goal, even though you just obviously don't like each other, but you still got the tension there. So, all those things that always build towards a moment where you realize you're in love, and then betrayal happens 20 to 30 minutes from the end. There's a resolution. It's over a misunderstanding, something overheard the wrong moment, and then you come back together and you're in love for the remainder of the 5 minutes of the movie. The end. That's the standard format. This is not that. This is a woman who talks about family, talks about her home, her beautiful home she has in countryside, Goose Lane or something that has to do with geese. By the way, there's no geese at her home. That's just the smallest bit of deception here. She doesn't have a family. And, okay, she literally comes home. She's used to being alone, even though she has certain people in her life that she keeps around her or that are just in her periphery that she likes well enough or sometimes begrudgingly has to interact with. There is the mailman, who's just an older guy who delivers her mail. Is very kind, and his kids are all grown up. They have family lives outside of him, and he's not able to be with them in other parts of the country, so he's spending Christmas alone. Her housekeeper is a sassy older woman who's certainly not old enough to be her mother, as she often reminds her. Not old enough to be her mother, but is a motherly presence in her life. She's paid to clean the house. She does the housekeeping a couple days a week, and she has strong opinions, and she is very much a mother figure, whether she likes it or not. There's a neighbor kid's a teen son who's like 15 and who's always trying to take dad's car out, drive it around to check in on the girl he likes down the street. And his little sister, the only two people who are actually related in this entire thing, his little sister, she's like 10 or 11, and she's way too smart for her age, and she's just looking for a chance to be somebody's daughter. She wants to have some closeness, and the reason why the son is sneaking off at dad's car, the daughter is easily glomming on to Joy as a mother figure herself, is because their parents are off doing business, and they leave their teen and preteen at home by themselves literally on Christmas and the Christmas break and all that time. They just have the run of the house. So yeah, Christmas time, when kids would like their family the most, sometimes I would hope so. Not just have mom and dad maybe get their assistant to Amazon them whatever presents they want on Christmas Day, so they can just open some boxes on their own. They are left with basically that. So then there is Max. Max is an old flame of Joy's, played by Chad Michael Murray. Yes, One Tree Hill guy. He was also in Freaky Friday and Freakier Friday most recently in theaters. And on Disney Plus now. He's aged real well. He still has a kind of smoldering handsomeness that when he was playing the 30-year-old teenager or whatever he was back then on that show. He is living in her guest house because something went wrong at his apartment. There was some sort of water damage, and so she's letting him stay there. There's nothing romantic going on. They just are friends. He watches out for her. He plays her her own chauffeur. She kind of just sort of has people on the dole. Basically, people she's paying to be in her life. Until the studio where she's guest hosting makes a deal with her publisher to have them perform the final episode of the week on Christmas Eve. Why do people create live programming for Christmas Eve all the time? You're just making life worse for so many people. Fake it like Disney does. Disney has like a holiday magical performance, concerts, and all that other stuff. We'll be watching that. in a few days. They filmed this thing in November most of the time. Maybe even just like the beginning of December. I can't remember when it is, but I've seen the stuff set up in Disneyland. So, yeah, just understand. They film this stuff a month in advance, so that magical holiday performance thing with Gwen Stefani or whoever, Lady A, I don't know, Trisha Yearwood, I don't know, all those things are filmed a month in advance or more, and because they've got, oh, well, they have the Christmas lights up almost immediately on November 1st. So, yeah, because after the Halloween stuff is taken out, all the Christmas stuff goes up. So it gets done, and you can create that performance, and then you edit it together and put it up on Disney Plus, or have it broadcast on ABC or whatever at whatever time you want. No hassles. Nobody's working Christmas Eve to make this all happen, even though Disneyland is still open. Anyway, well, guess what? When the studio and the publisher of her books, which she really doesn't want to do anymore, decide, hey, you know what? One last thing, let's do something big and go at the bang. Let's have the world meet your family, which she's been very private about. She never shows them, her parents. She doesn't show any photos of her with her parents, her kids, her husband. They're very private people, which we see that a lot with some celebrities. They will never show pictures of their kids on Instagram and things like that. Completely understandable. And she's like that. She wants to keep that secret to herself, mainly because none of them are real. None of them exist. And so she decides, rather than just coming clean and going, hey, I don't have a family. But that's her rep about knowing family and knowing how to create the perfect family experience in a beautiful home in the countryside. Well, guess what? They decided to do a live interview performance with the people they were supposed to be all private, and now they are forced to come out of the closet. Well, of course, she brings in Max as her husband. She brings in the neighbor kids as her kids. Just happens to be that the exact amount of kids, or the right kind of kids, are so close and available, and there's no permission to get from their parents. It just works out perfectly. The housekeeper, she's perfect to play her mom because she's already a mom-like figure. The older mailman, he's alone. Why not? Why not? And so, yeah. Throughout this, though, the focus isn't really about her romance with him. It is part of it. You get to see them interacting. It's just like all these other things, these other films. It's like we're voyeurs looking in on somebody else's date, like watching somebody else's date from the shadows. And they get closer and closer throughout this entire thing. He obviously has a thing for her more than she will ever admit, because she has a hard time being close to anybody for fear of losing them. You see, the reason why she does not have a family is not because dead parents or anything else. She's just grown up in the foster system. And once you reach a certain age, you're out of the foster system. She just did all right, unlike so many other kids who age out of the foster system. She'd written a book and did all the right things to make her wealthy and secure and alone and untrusting of so many other people. So, she, in order to, rather than just saying, oh, you know what, hey, all that stuff was made up, that whole thing about family made up, I'm going to deceive the entire world, or at least the audience of this apparently little watched reality TV cooking channel show. So apparently, the idea is that nobody else knows these people in real life, and they don't have family, and nobody's going to say, "Hey, you were on that cooking show my mom watches when they go to school." Wait, that's not your mom? That's like nobody has any connections outside of this little cul-de-sac of neighboring houses. No, it's a little thing you have to overlook. Just go with it. There is no magic or angels or elves or anything else. Santa doesn't show up to make everything right. This is a person who just spends the entire thing doing an A-team type deception or montage of putting things together in order to make the people watching live believe I'm hoping they're DVRing it, because who's got time to watch the live performance of a home invasion on a cooking channel? It's because that's what it feels like. Even the host just seems a little hostile to much. And again, are you going to be surprised that the truth comes out? No, you're not going to be surprised. So when I tell you the truth comes out, of course you know it, because that's what it is a sitcom premise stretched into an hour and 27 minutes. It's a romance, yes. It's a comedy. There's a lot of bits of comedy. Some of the things that are actually funny. There's some really good. Chad Michael Murray is really good at just playing a really uncomfortable dude who is in situations where he's a ladies' man. Look at him. He's a handsome guy. He's a ladies' man. And he's when he bumps into a girl he kind of hooked up with recently, and she starts noticing things, she keeps recurring at different points, and it adds to the tense comedy that is thrown into this, and this uncomfortable comedy that is created from it. This is actually, again, not a Lifetime film that I know of. No, it looks like it's just made for Disney Plus Hulu. So yeah, it's better produced. It looks good. The writing is sharp. It has some genuinely funny back and forth dialogue. It's got a good cast, a really good cast. The kids, really good. It's a low bar that I have for kid acting, but these kids are really good. And of course, the grandparents in this situation they're probably veterans. They've probably been doing bit parts on everything. Probably done Law and Order 30 times each at different points in their career. I have no idea. I didn't check. But yeah, it's worth watching. It is about family. It's about understanding that family can be created. It doesn't have to be a lie. It can be a real thing, even when you don't have traditional family around you. When I say traditional, by blood. A family is whoever you have in your life that you can share things with, so that you enjoy being close to. So yeah, that's kind of what this is all about. It's does everything work out between Max and Joy? I'm not even going to answer that. I'm not even going to answer that. You know. So this is probably one of my favorite, if not the favorite, of all of those holiday style movies that they have brought out during this time of year. Possibly because it doesn't fit into the same exact mold, even though it does have a betrayal 20 minutes from the end, but the betrayal is the revelation of Joy's entire scheme to trick the TV network. And of course, yeah, when that all comes crashing down, that's what you get. So how does she deal with it? That's what you have to watch the last 20 minutes of the film for. Anyway, that's for me. I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect to enjoy it. Just when you call something Joy to the World, and only because every other name has ever been taken, Enchanted Christmas Cake, it's already been taken, and it's because your main character's name is Joy, and it takes place during Christmas. Okay, fine. It's called Joy to the World. Yeah, so yeah, it's got a pretty generic name for a Christmas movie, but it works. It works. Don't let that dissuade you from watching it. There's much worse stuff available now only on Hulu. All right, tomorrow. Here's where we're still doing the Christmas stuff all the way only until Christmas. Christmas is our last day. We'll have done 25 straight days of Christmas content as of this. So tomorrow is Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings Holiday Magic. It's one that I had to dig for. I was not going to do the variant because there's a holiday Disney Fairy Tale Weddings series. This is a one-off. spin-off that's just one episode of Holiday Magic that takes place during the holidays. Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings Holiday Magic is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.